Hi guys, Fuzz here and welcome back once again to Final Fantasy VIII. Please don't forget, if you do wish to support me, then make sure you hit the like button and also check out the FuzzfingerGaming Facebook fan page. The link is at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you're not playing Final Fantasy VIII at the moment, maybe this walkthrough will be the motivating factor to get you into it. We are doing pretty much everything that the game has to offer, so this is going to be a complete walkthrough, which is why we're taking some optional content in, first of all, today. So we don't have to be here in Balam Town, but it's going to give us a good opportunity to provide a nice boost to our party, and I'm going to explain how that's possible as we go through. If you're not too interested in overpowering your team at this particular stage, or if you don't want to see everything the game has to offer, then you probably don't need to watch at least the first part of this episode. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get, but this is all optional at the minute, but I do recommend it. And as this is a complete walkthrough, I'm kind of obliged to bring it and show it to you. So first thing you're going to want to do is just grab this draw point. I just picked it up literally before the episode began, and I gave 15 thunders to Quistis from it. And then we're going to head over to the train station here, and you can see this strange character, this kind of standing out dressed lady over at the right hand side of the entrance to the train station. And this character is the Queen of Cards, and she's quite an important character. Basically, she sets the rules for the card game Triple Triad throughout the region. And for now, all we need to do is try and set her trade rule to all. And the reason we need to do that is because we will then win all the cards when we win a card game off the opponent. So you can see the trade rule at the moment is diff. So we're just going to select quit on that. And we're going to challenge her again. So you don't use your normal talk button, you use your switch command to challenge a person to cards. And we're just going to do this a few times until her trade rule changes to all. When it does change to all, just hit that quit command again, because you don't actually want to play, you'll probably get defeated quite easily. Okay, so there we can see that she has now got the trade rule for all. So basically the trade rule determines how cards are won by the winner at the end of a game. So once you get that trade rule to all, just quit once more, and now do not speak to her again at all in any way, because you're going to end up resetting that rule and you want to keep it on all at all costs. There's a shop here as well, but it doesn't really have anything in particular. So we are now done in Balam. And by the way, the reason we want to be winning lots of cards, especially common cards, is because they're going to be our main supply of magic for our junction ability. And in fact, you can get some pretty good and strong magics to boost your stats up. So it's very important that we do that first and foremost. Now our next job is to do a little bit of farming, and sadly that is going to cause us to gain some levels, but it is important that we get certain abilities on our Guardian Forces. And in particular, we want to learn in this order for Quetzalcoatl, the card ability, which as you can see Quetzalcoatl's almost finished learning. That will open up the card mod ability, which we will then want to learn also. And then after that, we want to learn the Thunder Magic Refinement ability. And once we've done that with Quetzalcoatl, we're done for the time being. At the same time with Shiva, we want to be prioritising the Ice Magic Refinement, which as you can see I've now learned. Then the Strength Junction, but that's not a priority right now, just make sure that it's selected and learning. And then on Ifrit, we want to prioritise the Fire Magic Refinement. So basically, by the way, if he finishes that, then you can learn an ability which hasn't yet come up called Ammo Refinement. But the main priority is going to be getting Quetzalcoatl to learn Card Mod, then Thunder Magic Refinement. That's going to take the longest because there's 3 abilities there. But we do want all 3 of these refinements: the Thunder, the Ice from Shiva, and the Fire from Ifrit. So the best place to do your grinding, I think, is on the beach, because there's fish enemies down here, which give a nice amount of AP for your GFs, and I'll just get through this battle. Right, I just escaped that last battle since we didn't need to kill those bug things. And here we have these fish things, which are known as Fasti:-F enemies, and we basically want to kill them since they will give us some good stuff. One thing I didn't do actually, which I probably should have done before this battle, is to see if I can junction Thunder, since Squall has 100 Thunders, to Elemental attack. But anyway, the reason we're killing these fish things is that not only do they drop 3 AP each, which is great for levelling our GFs, but they also drop fish fins, which refine into 20 water magics, which is actually quite a strong magic at this stage in the game. But we're going to get even stronger magic, but at least you're getting those fish fins to start with anyway. So there we have GF Quetzalcoatl's learn card. So very briefly, if we go to ability here, we have Ice Magic Refinement, and we can give Squall, for example, 20 waters. And as I say, water is nice and powerful, but you do need to try and get 100 of them to notice the difference in power. And I'm just going to quickly see. Right, so elemental attack, what we're going to do here is remove Thunder, stick that to water. So we refine more waters for Squall, his strength will go back up. But we're going to put Thunder onto his elemental attack, and that will exploit the weakness of those fish. So remember, you want to learn the abilities that I told you on your GFs. Since Quetzalcoatl's just learned card, I want to make sure that he's now learning card mod. And then after that, the Thunder Magic Refinement, Ice Magic Refinement on Shiva, followed by Strength Junction, and Fire Magic Refinement, followed by Ammo Refinement on Ifrit. So do that grinding, as I am going to do now, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so I've finished my grinding session. It took me about 45 minutes, but I've got everything done that I wanted to get done. I'm just about to head back into Balam Garden to continue on with the story. Although that's just the start of the optional stuff that we're doing today. It's just what we needed to do in order to get the GF abilities that we wanted. So on Quetzalcoatl, I have learned the card ability, the card mod ability, and the Thunder Magic Refinement ability. And I'm now learning the Meat Magic Refinement ability, and that's the order you're going to need to do it in. And then for Shiva, we learned the Ice Magic Refinement, of course, followed by Strength Junction, and now we're learning the Elemental Attack. And for Ifrit, I learned Fire Magic Refinement and then Boost. And I did say then to learn Ammo Refinement, but that doesn't actually become available until level 10. So what I've started to do is learn the Strength plus percentage abilities. The main reason is that once we've unlocked this, we unlock Strength plus 60%. And then once we've learned that, we actually unlock the Strength bonus ability, which is really what we're going for. So make sure you start learning those on Ifrit, but you will just want to take a temporary break from that when it's level 10 to learn the Ammo Refinement. Finally, on Squall, since Ifrit's learned the Strength plus 20%, if you go onto ability, you can equip that. Squall ended up doing about 500 damage to those fish creatures, which is quite a lot, and one of the reasons for that is that I did junction water to his strength and thunder to his elemental attack, and that's really what we needed to do to get that nice bonus going. And we do want to try and keep levels as low as possible, but I did have to gain a couple of levels to get that important grinding done. So now we're heading back into Balam Garden, and we'll get another little scene here with Quistis trying to teach us things. So she wants to teach us about GF stuff, which we already know about, but you can go ahead and refresh your mind on how to interact with the GF if you need to. So just some of those abilities we've learned. We can refine lightning, ice and fire magics now. And we can also refine items from cards, which in turn will allow us to refine magics from the items that we refine from cards. That's why we're going to be doing a lot of card games. Right, so we'll just grab this draw point. And in terms of cards at the moment, the only decent card we've got right now is the... where is it? The Ifrit card. There it is. Very powerful card, especially this early on in the game. So our first task now is to get a couple more rare cards in order to help us out with continued card battles. So we'll go up here, back into the garden proper. And first thing we're going to want to do is save. Hopefully you followed my advice on what to do with the Queen of Blades. Queen of Blades, Queen of Cards even. It's Queen of Blades, and that's StarCraft, isn't it? So, you should have your trade rule rather, set to all, and then not speak to her again afterwards so that you don't move her or anything like that. And first thing we're going to do is look for the guy that likes to run around this area. Like a young boy. Try and get him to spawn, which he doesn't always. Just reset it. We'll try once more, if not we'll come back to him in a little while. There he is. So we're going to play a card game with him. And the trade rule has changed to direct, which is a bit frustrating. So we're just going to quit and try a few times to get it back to all. Because we didn't move the Queen, then that rule is available to change to. Okay, there we go. Took about 4 or 5 attempts to get it back to the trade rule of all. So we're going to, of course, throw in Ifrit. And we can have a look at some of these other cards we've got. None of them are particularly overpowered at this point in the game. I guess we'll go for the Gizzard, the Gesper for his 5/4. And some of these are pretty tacky, to be honest. We still need 2 more cards. None of them are really great, are they? I guess we'll go for the Red Bat because of his 6 stat. And you want to try and get them on the adjacent sides if you can, the good numbers. And he's not even playing his card that we wanted to win off him. But it doesn't matter because we do still need to go for the decent cards anyway. So we'll save our Ifrit card. It's a little bit later. Let's just play our bad cards now. So we'll go for this guy. So we're going to lose that again, but it doesn't matter. What's he got to win? Okay, so either way he's going to be able to take any of these cards, which means we'll just go for... I think we'll just go for this. Which means if we play Ifrit, we've actually got no way to win, which is quite frustrating. So I don't want to do that just yet. Instead, we'll just plonk this down. This one might end up in a draw, sadly. Yeah, draw. But we'll try and get him to play his mini-mod card. play some rubbish cards, as he's going to win one back regardless. Aha! We can actually win 2 cards here. Okay, so we win. Which means we get all of his cards. Right, we'll come back to him because he didn't have his mini-mod card, which is what we needed. So I'm going to show you another rare card that you can go for. Okay, so when we're ready, we're just going to head back over to the directory here. And what we're looking for is the cafeteria. Or you could go to the 2nd floor classroom. But basically we're looking for the TREP, or the troop, students. And they do tend to hang around in here. Might not be these that we can talk to. Might be the other 2 over here. So, this guy's got a thing for Quistis, which is handy, because he might just have Quistis' card, which is what we do want to see. And now we have some extra cards to play with as well, ourselves. Still nothing fantastic, really, apart from Ifrit. But these ones are bloody useless, aren't they? Let's try this. No Quistis today. So sometimes you just have to try them a few times until you get them. Right, we can actually win this card, but he's just going to be able to win it back, which is a little bit frustrating, actually. Oh well. Trying to think the best. It's annoying because this is only a 2 on the right hand side, but he has got a 3. And then I put a 3-5 in the middle. Which he can, so I'm just planning it in my head, but there's no way, I don't think we can not lose a card on the next turn. Which means we might just be better off doing this for now. So we can't win anything. Okay, okay. Okay, it's a draw. Try that again. Once we start getting a nice collection of cards, then we'll be laughing, really. So we'll do this one. If he hasn't got Quistis, I'll stop recording until we do get it. No, that's a terrible card. All of these cards are terrible. Okay. Oh, okay, so I've done a lot of card battling, and after doing the troop for a few times, engaging with them in card battles, I managed to get Quistis' card. Although for about 3 or 4 times that I saw it, I ended up finishing in a draw, so it took a little bit longer than I hoped. And then I did get the mini-mod card from the lad that runs around. And in the process of collecting those 2 rares, I've ended up also collecting quite a few other cards thanks to the all ability, the all trade rule that we have set. Remember, if you don't have the all because it's gone back to 1 or something else, then just quit and re-engage in card battle over and over until it comes back up as the all. But we've got a nice stock of cards now. You can also battle those around the library and the cafeteria, amongst pretty much the whole of Garden, to be honest, in order to start making a decent collection of cards. Most of these cards we're not actually going to be using in battle, but we are going to be doing something else with them, which is turning them into actual useful gameplay items. So, I've already clocked up over 4 hours, as you can see. I did quite a bit of card battling, but hopefully now it's all going to be worth it. So if we go to the ability menu here, and then head to the card mod ability, we can start modding these cards into useful items. For instance, the Gesper card, where's that? Should have that. So my mind's so blur right now after doing all of that stuff that there it is. And that will turn that into a black hole, so we'll do one of those. And have we got, how many marble cards have I got? I should have about 4 or 5. Yes, I've got 5. Okay, so we'll refine a minimum of 4 into 1 marble tentacle. And ruby dragon cards, I need 10 of those in order to refine. If you can get 50 of those, by the way, you can get a whole ton of flares, which is probably one of the strongest items you can junction right now. But that would be such a long grind that I'm not even going to bother with that, in all honesty. At the moment, I'm just refining cards, by the way, to give Quistis some new blue magics, which is basically her limit ability in Final Fantasy VIII. So we'll refine a Sam 08G card into a running fire, and a Fastilokalon card into a water crystal. And what else have we not done yet, which we might want to? A Creeps card. And these are all common cards, by the way, so they shouldn't take you too long to get. Gala card. So we're going to get a nice stock of blue magic going here for what's-her-face, Quistis. Where's Tri-Face gone? There he is. And Caterpillar cards, we should have plenty of those. Right, so now we're just going to head to the item menu and start giving Quistis some of the good stuff. So Black Hole will give Quistis the Degenerator blue magic, which is actually one of the most useful blue magics throughout the entire game, because it basically one-shots, it actually ejects all lesser enemies, which is pretty much all non-boss enemies in one go. So if you can get that, then you're sorted. Bad Breath, also very useful. If you manage to get 10 ruby cards, then you can refine them into the Inferno Fang, which will teach Quistis the Fire Breath ability, very powerful attack. The Samo 8G card gave us the Running Fire. That will give us Gatling Gun. Here we go. Water Crystal. And now we've learned Electrocute, Acid, and 2 more. Level, question mark Death, and Ultra Waves. So that's Quistis' blue magic. Nicely up to date. Also, if you get 10 Behemoth cards, by the way, I don't know how many I've got. I don't think it was 10 though, was it? Let me just check. Where's Behemoth? I've only got 5, sadly. But if you can get 10, then you can refine 10 of those into a barrier, which will teach Quistis the Mighty Guard blue magic. Another useful one that you might want to farm for, but that's entirely, of course, up to you, depending on how much time you want to spend in this. So if we head back to the ability now and go back to card mod, how many Abyss Worm cards did I get? 5, just what I need. 1 will refine into a single windmill, so we'll go ahead and do all of those. The reason being is if we go to Thunder Magic refinement, we can get tornadoes, 20 from each one, so 5 cards will get you 100. And tornadoes are probably the second best after flare, at least for the time being, in terms of boosting your stats, so we'll definitely want to go ahead and do that. Right, should we see what else we've got? I don't think we're going to be able to do a whole lot more now, but you never know. Have we got any snow lions? Should have some snow lions. Yeah, we've got 8. Oops, need to go on ability. Where's snow line gone? There it is. North wind. Excuse me. So we can go ahead and maybe give those to Squall as well. Get his stats nice and strong, won't we? So these are all like top end magics, by the way, that we're going for here. I don't need water at the minute, but if you've got any more of those fast stick-along cards, whatever they're called, that refine into the water crystal, each water crystal with ice magic refine will give you 50 waters. So that's not too shabby, is it? Have we got any bombs? Although, to be honest, we're not going to get too strong a magic out of bomb, but it's still pretty good for this stage in the game, depending on how many bombs we've got. We've got 5. And anything else? We could go for... How many creeps have we got? 6. Just go for 5 at a time, since we know what we're doing there. Blitzes, I've only got 3. If we had 5 of those, we could refine 5 blitz cards eventually down into 100 Thundergars. But that's not a shabby start. So what was it I was looking at? Oh yeah, fire first of all. Bomb fragments, let's give those to Quistis since it's only fibre. And what was the other one? It wasn't ice. Oh yeah, of course. Thundergars will also give to Quistis. Finally, Elastoid cards you probably want to be collecting now, since they refine into steel pipes, which we are going to need a little bit later on. Although if you wanted to, you could teach them, you could refine them now into the summon magic plus percentages for your guardian forces. But that's really up to you, to be honest. But that's it in terms of card refinements. And what I'm just going to do now is head back over to the cafeteria. And we're going to go and just make sure that we've spoken to these 3 here. Because that actually does start a bit of a side quest. Nothing we can really see at the minute. But as long as you've spoken to them, which I already had done, but I wanted to just show that to you. And one of these should like to make long speeches. And what we need to do is speak to this cafeteria lady until she stops giving any new dialogue. And that's not going to be for anything exciting. But basically we'll be able to unlock a little bit more dialogue later on. But since we're going for a complete walkthrough, we may as well do so. Is she done? Okay, so that's it. We're now done with the cafeteria. So next we're going to continue on with another hidden side quest. Don't want to go to the quad. I need to head back to the library. So we'll just go back to the dormitory. And we just need to speak to one of these. Not that one. one of these should be the conceited seed. It's not him. It's not a faculty member either. Pretty sure it's not this one. No. Okay, well I've spoke to everyone, so we'll just leave it for now, and I'll keep an eye out for the conceited seed as we progress further. So we are just about ready to move on with the story, I think. We've done quite a lot of optional grinding here, but before we do anything, I'm just going to throw those new tornado magics that we collected onto scroll here. Look at that. That boost in damage, in strength. Lovely, lovely stuff. Could boost his magic as well if we truly wanted to, although Squall doesn't use a lot of magic, although it does help when casting your Guardian Forces, it has to be said. But that nice 81 strength stat should do us all good. Right, so our next destination is going to be the dormitory, but we're going to leave that until the next episode. So thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I hope this episode's been helpful to you if you're following along, and if not, maybe you should load Final Fantasy VIII up and come along for the ride with us. But don't forget to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and go over to the FuzzfingerGaming Facebook fan page as well. Thanks for your support, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.